Good morning, beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. I know the last reading we had was a very interesting reading, but I want to tap in now and see what the Divine Masculine has to say regarding any secrets or, feelings that are heavy on his heart. Wow, we've got 3 cards from another deck that have somehow got mixed up in this one. So I'm going to take those. At the moment, everything is coming as a synchronicity. I'm not sure if you've noticed it in your world, but it's kind of like there are no mistakes at the moment. Everything that is coming towards you, whether that's from a work colleague or a friend, or from a family member even, perhaps they're speaking to you about some subject and you're kind of like, well, why are they talking to me about that, or something like that. Go a little bit deeper and really listen, because the universe is trying to put some things in front of you. A great example of this is when you're just talking to a friend or something, and I don't know, you might say, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? On the phone or something, and then they bring up something really random, like, I don't know, back in when my I don't know, when my cousin used to be in the military, they used to wear camouflage t-shirts when they were training or something like that, and you go, oh, that's interesting. And then later on you might think about it and think, oh my gosh, when I spoke to my Divine Masculine, he was wearing a camouflage t-shirt or something. But it can go deeper than that too. It might be something you've been thinking about, like a problem that you've been trying to work out. And I don't know, let's say you've been let's make it a really shallow problem, like what color should I dye my hair? But then your auntie might go, oh, and I finally decided I'm gonna get the honey colored bunny from the pet store. I was gonna do the brown, but now I've decided to do it honey colored, right? So then you go, oh my god, that's the color I'm supposed to dye my hair, So it's like the silly little messages can come through like that. Wow, look at this. And when you're looking for synchronicities, sometimes people aren't looking for synchronicities, and you think, well, Aunt Bessie's just talking about what color bunny she wants, but in fact it's all very relevant to you. Okay, so this is going to be a Divine Masculine Speaks reading. Yesterday we heard quite a lot from the Divine Masculine collective with regards to how he was feeling, with karmic situations and things. So let's see what he wants to say. I feel like there's going to be some secrets, so it's kind of like Divine Masculine Speaks, including some secrets that he wants to share with you. So the first thing he wants to say is, like, I'm done. I'm done with arguing. I'm just done. That's how it's coming across. I'm really done. We then have this beautiful energy coming through for the Queen of Pentacles, which is how Divine Feminine is showing up. Interesting, because he's coming through then as the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to read these cards out to you because this may resonate with you, Divine Feminine. So the Queen of Pentacles can be moody at times, but is normally very caring. Wow, that describes me. That describes my whole life. Just that one sentence. Can be moody at times, but normally very caring. Interesting. I wonder how many Divine Feminines will agree. Someone who has a strong constitution, a woman with a taste for some luxury, a sensible woman with a good head for business, a very motherly woman, a kind-hearted and charitable and very cheerful woman, He's coming through as perhaps being dark-headed, so having dark hair with brown or hazel eyes. Of course, that's not going to... wow. He's saying that's not going to resonate with all of you, but for some of you it will. Someone who is very hardworking, a man with integrity, a man who is very honest. Now, usually, the divine masculine is really, really, really confident, or, you know, generally confident. But for right now, he's got low self-esteem. Okay, and this is a really confusing feeling to him. He does not like it at all. It feels very uncomfortable. And I want to ask Divine Feminine now, if you're feeling anything within you that's creating low self-esteem. Perhaps this is linked to your Divine Masculine as a mirroring effect, or perhaps you need to fix this within you so that you can really help your Divine Masculine, because it's really affecting him. Divine Masculine and Feminine could have been experiencing constant worry, confusion, overthinking and anxiety in the recent past. And you'll know about it because it'll be quite severe, okay? Really severe anxiety, really severe worry, you know, perhaps even a lack of sleep, like you can't stop your mind from ticking, you know? I want to say there's a song by Jahkoy, Jahkoy, and I'm pretty sure it's called Fool for You. Wouldn't mind playing the Fool for You. You know, I don't know what that saying is. It's like, fool me once and it's okay. Fool me twice, you know, and shame on me, or something like that. But fool me 3 times and, you know, I'm out of there, kind of thing. This is how he's feeling about the karmic. You know, he kind of gave him a chance, gave him another chance, gave him another chance, and now he's just done. He's really, wow, coming across as done. You know, he may even have a sore voice from yelling at them. He's really done. He's kind of shocked at the way they've behaved. It's been all about the money. And if he's not bringing in the money or bringing home the bacon, which some people would say, you know, it's like he can do no good. Right? So it's kind of like this feeling of, you know, he wants to say, you know, are you trying to send me... I don't even want to say it because it's so yucky, but are you trying to stress me out that much that I am unwell and something, you know, goes wrong with me? You know, that's what he wants to say. He's like, really? You know, is money really worth it? Is all this stress worth it? Is all these arguments worth it? And then he springs forth with this understanding that the only thing that really matters is Divine Feminine. Okay, he may have an M or a W in his name. See there, M or a W in his name. You may have been seeing birds recently too, Divine Feminine. White birds may be significant for you. Okay, so there's the Knight of Cups here, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles. He's not quite a king yet because he's been knocked. He's been knocked down by the karmic, by the situation. But he's getting back up again, and he's on his horse coming to you with love. He's also working. He's also working. And the offer still stands. This is what I want Divine Feminine to hear today, is the offer still stands. He still wants you. He still wants to be with you. He still wants to offer you his love. But he's kind of if we're going into the male psyche, take gender how it resonates, but, if we're delving into the male psyche, they really want to know that they kind of look sexy when they come to you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to come to you and be crying, because that's just, they're still in the 3D kind of mindset with regards to that. They still want to look good to their divine feminine. But the news here is good. They're moving into the right direction. They're trying to solve problems. Okay, they are perhaps traveling towards you in some kind of way, whether that be energetically or physically. But they've got hope. Okay, they've got hope, and the reason they've got hope is because they are in love with you and they want to commit to you. Wow, I love that. They're in love with you and they want to commit to you. This is so beautiful. Now, the cards that popped out before when I was shuffling is there's been some drama, which we know about. The offer still stands. Maybe an apology coming in. I haven't seen you for a while. I haven't been in for a while. But there's been a third party situation in the way of the connection. A person, place, or, situation, like a work situation or a locality situation or something in the way. So that's just confirming that from the tarot. What does he specifically want to say from his mouth to you? I haven't been able to travel to you because I've been arguing a lot. Like a lot. Maybe 5 arguments. Maybe, should we say, I don't know. I hope it's not 5 months of arguing, but there's a lot of arguing here, and it's not just with one person. It's involving more than one person here. And here we have this feminine energy again. This female energy. So, it could be that he's arguing with a man or with men, but they have a female energy. You know what I mean? Energy is energy. Energy is fluid. But he feels hard done by whoever this is. And the black cat here is denoting some kind of deception or some kind of someone's not playing fair, let's say. He's kind of wishing on a star. He wants to say that. I'm wishing on a star. And part of that wish is because you are holding yourself as well as you can be divine feminine. I know some divine feminines have been struggling with their own drama, but he can feel you trying to balance him out. You're still holding the love. You're still offering him assistance if he needs it. And this is why this Tower card is coming up in the reverse, because, he's done and dusted with the drama. He's ready to work on this connection. Wow, that's huge, right? He doesn't want to feel like that anymore, because that really feels yucky. That feels like, I don't know, you go to the supermarket and you've got 20 bags and there's no trolley and you're trying to walk back to the car, and it's a 3-hour walk through the desert. That's kind of what he's been through. Okay. I don't know why there's a supermarket in the middle of the desert, but for this scenario there is. Just as a metaphor, of course. And now he sees the truth. Right? He can finally look up at that angel and go, wow, my divine feminine is that angel that was always there that whole time, through all the deception of these other people. Wow, this card kind of flew down. through all that deception, right? She's been there for me the whole time, you know. And for some divine masculines, they've acted like a lion, you know. They've been out of control. They've been doing what they want to do. They've run away when they want to run away. They come in when they want to come in. They, you know, acted like an animal. And their divine feminine's been the whole time bringing the justice. And he's really thought about this. You know, he might have the fancy clothes and the cars and the shoes and the, I don't know, the location and the entrepreneurship or whatever he's got, but there's always been these 2 cups missing, and of course that is the 2 of cups, literally the 2 of cups missing. The masculine and the feminine polarity. And we know, we've seen this card for months and months. This is, you know, I call him emotional Eric. He's been staring at that black rock for so long. Something's missing in my life. What is it, Moon? Tell me. Right? And divine feminine's known all along what it is. And so he says, I'm looking now to this new cycle where I can achieve my dreams, where I can be completely happy, where I can have a feeling of completion. For some of them, this means they need to travel across the world to see you, across the ocean to see you. Might mean they need to drive across the street to see you. Depends on your situation. But in the past, there was this feeling that he couldn't complete it. There was this sorrow, this heartache, this how am I going to get to her? And also fulfill all my karmic requirements. For some of them, they're going to be going into a different job altogether. They're going to take a risk. Wow, they're going to take a risk. And the Death card is here showing this transformation. They're going to take a risk to transform because they cannot handle this drama. And the 3 of Cups is here again, but not as the third party situation, but as who they want to be for you. Maybe they want to get married. Maybe they want to celebrate with you. Christmas is coming too. But they want to celebrate. The only thing that's really in the way is money. Okay. For some of them, they also have a drug habit or an addiction to pharmaceutical drugs, you know, like over-the-counter prescription medication. So be aware of that. If your divine masculine has some kind of pain or some ongoing issue, be aware that they may be overusing those chemicals, all right? We do have this, that will only resonate for about 3 people listening today, so don't freak out and think that your divine masculine has any kind of drug habit. It's only relevant for about 3 people watching the whole video. And so then the 6 of Cups shows up. Beautiful energy. Normally this is an energy of a past loved one coming back to you. On this card it says family gatherings, family celebrations. An old friend or family member is about to show up in your life. Family happiness, healthy children. He wants all of this with you, divine feminine. Okay. He wants all of this with you. You are his home and he is yours. He may have to really think about whether or not he wants to have his actual family in his life anymore, and or friends who have caused him these difficulties. Because he's not going to do that anymore. He's not going to mentally imprison himself with these people anymore. If they don't understand him, you know, here he is saying sayonara, see you later, and there's the divine feminine going with him. There's also this feeling too that if the divine feminine has any children, he's willing to take that on board. He's willing to love her and her children. Just as, you know, flip it around. If he's got children, the divine feminine is also willing to show love for his children. This is a divine connection. Okay, it's him being told by spirit to not go the easy way, to take the harder path. You know, it may be difficult for him to break up a karmic connection that he has. But he's going to achieve more by doing this because he's going to be really focused on the love. It says here that if he works hard, success will come his way. And it's the end of hard times. And there he is now. Look at this. Showing up as the King of Wands. The passionate king. It's coming back. The passion is coming back. Why? Because he's got his eyes on the divine feminine. We call her BJ. I haven't called her that for a while. I haven't seen her for a while, but BJ's back. She's so talented. Take that how it resonates for you. I'm being very cheeky and very naughty when I say BJ, right? But you can put two and two together. He's being very passionate, and then BJ comes along and says, "Ooh, divine masculine, you're so sexy." But of course it's way more than that. It's a connection like no other. It's a love like no other. But divine feminine has been sitting there waiting, new moon after new moon, right? Keeping the faith, holding the love, being strength, wanting to devour him in some kind of way, in a sexual way too. She does. And he can feel it all now. It's like he's coming out of the darkness and into the light. You know, if you could, I don't know, there's that metaphor about, you know, going into the tunnel of darkness and when will I see the light? Well, she's always been there holding the light. But he had to go through some things to see it. Okay, his love for her is going to be so much more strong because she's sat there and held space for him, even in his dark times, even in his dark times, and even in his light times. And that's the truth. Really beautiful. She's been there for him when he's sad. She's been there for him for when he's happy. She's been here for him, you know, during the ups and the downs. You know, she's probably been on a roller coaster, and she's even been able to feel this toxic energy coming from other female energies who are not divine. The greed in them, the greed of the karmics, the sadness from them, the unlucky cycles. And it's all been worth it because here they are. They might not be able to get together because of the world situation right now. But you see the equal footing that they're on here. They've been through some hard times. You know, that grass that they're standing on is not completely lush and green. It's kind of like that supermarket desert that we went through before, remember? Wow, he wants to speak now. He's trying to say, I love you with everything. I would give my life for you, Divine Feminine. I would give my, my last of everything that you be well and happy and okay. And so he's asking you here to take care of your health. He's asking you here to make sure that you eat well, drink well, exercise. And there's also a special message here for a few of you who get quite emotional. Some of you are empaths, of course, because if you're on my channel, you would be guided here because you're an empath, or maybe have some kind of psychic intuition in some kind of way. He's asking you to not hold on to this emotion and store it within your body, because that can make you unwell. Acknowledge the emotion and let it flow through you, and don't hold on to it. Okay, so that could be bitterness, that could be sadness, that could be worry or fear. Don't let it stay inside of you, right? Imagine you're a jellyfish, as I always say, and allow it to flow through you. Okay, so even if you've watched the news, or you shouldn't be watching the news, but don't watch the news. You know what I mean? So if something's triggered you, just allow it to flow through you and let it go. Okay, there's a real need for that right now, especially in the times that are in the world. Be like a jellyfish, I feel like there's, some UFC fighter, some mean looking, wrestling champion or something, and they say, be like a jellyfish. I don't know, there's that famous saying, sting like a bee or something like that. But be like a jellyfish instead of sting like a bee, which I think was a famous saying by Muhammad Ali or something like that. Maybe one of you can let me know in the comments, because I'm just channeling right now and I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely sure what I'm saying, but let it flow through you. Realize that any emotion you have is simply, a position to where you feel that something resonates for you or doesn't resonate for you. And if it doesn't resonate for you, just let it flow through you and let it go. Don't hold on to it for years and years and years and years and years, Like if someone stole your teddy bear when you were 5, you should have let that go by now. You know what I mean? Just let it go. Like there's no point to holding on to emotions. It doesn't serve us to do that. So be like a jellyfish. That's his... Can you hear him saying it in a really cool way? Be like a jellyfish, baby. Oh dear. Okay, so we're channeling the coolest divine masculine ever, who's wearing a dress right now and telling you to be like a jellyfish. How about that? Do you feel like you're in an alternate universe? Sometimes I do. Alrighty, I hope today's reading resonates for you. Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and if you need to do one of my courses or a reading, let me know. I would love to help you out in some kind of way. You can also now send donations to the channel. I would really appreciate that before Christmas. I help a lot of charities. And my link is in the description box below. So just know Divine Masculine is very much in love with you. He's wanting to let go of that sadness. Can you see it there? Wow. Yeah, he's wanting to let it go. He's trying to be the jellyfish. Okay? So that he can, I don't know, swim on over to you. And see that greenness in the background there? He wants to make it green under you both here. He wants to make a lush little garden just for his divine feminine. Okay? Even if there's water restrictions, he's gonna, I don't know, he'll work out a way to do it. He's very clever. All right, I'm wishing you all a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are. And I know what you're doing, Divine Feminine. I know you're imagining your Divine Masculine without his dress on. And that's totally normal. He would look better without the dress. Maybe a jeans and a nice t-shirt would be good. You reckon? Let me know in the comments how you would dress your Divine Masculine, if you could put him in anything you like. Remember, YouTube has filters, so be careful what you say in the comments. But what would you be dressing him like? You know, would you take this dress off, and what would you put on him instead? Or is it a tunic? Maybe it's a tunic, I don't know. Alright, I'll see you real soon, everyone. I love you all very much. Thank you for being here. Bye for now. Bye.